You got Menzingers, which you've been like telling me about forever. And I mean, man, we got a lot going on, right? Sometimes it's hard to check out everything. I think it kind of alludes to what you're talking about, Twan, on some episodes ago, where you're working on a label, or was it the college radio, where you're just getting so much stuff all the time. It's hard to give it the time of day. But I did check this out and became a fan today or yesterday when I checked out this album. I liked it, man. And now I think I will check out their back catalog. But yeah, I was able to kind of spin some things. It reminds me of like pub rock, like something you'd see in like a pub. And songs that kind of stood out. One, I mean, I guess just based on the name, was called Portland. Is that?
Yeah,
I'm
that's a
hoping
cool
that's
song.
about Portland, Maine. I mean, who knows? They're from the East Coast.
I'm not sure. I like them because they're pop punkish for people in their 30s, which is me. It's us, right? Like it fits. If you listen to the album After the Party, that's kind of what they're all turning 30ish, and the party was their 20s, right? We all had a party in our 20s. And you hit 30 and you're like, all right, I got to be an adult for the rest of my days. I should probably stop being a snot-nosed 20-year-old. And it just fits. And this was another kind of extension of that album when they put out Hello Exile last year. And this is just a reworking of those songs. That's called From Exile. And it makes sense. It was reworked during exile that we all faced back in March, April during the start of the COVID lockdown. So it was cool. I enjoyed it. It was a good background, chill, end of the night, maybe watching an NBA Finals game type of situation and listening to them. But I like them. I like them a lot. And that's why they were a show regret for me last summer.
Yeah, this is a cool album. I love when bands kind of strip it down like this. Like I like everything that I've heard of theirs. Yeah, for this one, it had kind of like a folky vibe. And then in a couple places, it actually reminded me of the Smiths, especially on High School Friend. I was like, this has Smith vibes, which I'm in on. Like, I'm all in on that.
Nice.
I love Morrissey, and I love kind of the whole Smiths legacy. Yeah, I really dug it, and it shows you. I mean, what was the whole shtick with this album? Did they do it through like Zoom sessions or something? There was something.
I don't
like that. Maybe.
Yeah, I gotta look that up. I'm not sure. But I know that it was early on in the quarantine. They were like, let's rework that album. And that album had just come out last year. So,
yeah.
And I like that album when it's not stripped down. So go back and, I mean, Nate, you like this album. Go back and check out the plugged in version. Yeah. Go back and check out the plugged in version because there's some cool songs. The way that they were originally meant to be heard was pretty cool too. I think you'll like those.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely check it out. In fact, that's actually why this podcast is so cool, even for us three, let alone like people that are listening. Because it's like, you're telling me about this music, and then I have to, we have to listen to it as almost like homework to prep for the episode. And now I'm like, oh wow, I'm a fan now. Can't wait to check out. Now I have like some music to upload. Kind of like when someone like recommends like a Netflix show. You're like, oh man, I've been looking for something new. Like this is awesome. Now I have something locked and loaded. So props to you, man. I really appreciate you throwing this out there. And, there's other music that came out, too, that may not be as exciting. I don't know. Vin Diesel, I guess he put out a song.
Oh, yeah. That was, we were going to leave with that. This was going to be the Vin Diesel episode, but he put out a song with Kygo that, honestly, I don't hate. But it's like, I don't need to hear Dominic Toretto singing. Go back to the Fast and the Furious, man. Let's go.
Yeah, his brand name will actually hurt him in how that song does.
Yeah.
Because I think if it was someone else, it fit in with the genre. People kind of think a certain way about it, trying to catch.
He should have come up with a cooler name than Vin Diesel, which was a cool name when it was his acting name in 2000. Speaking of the year 2000, right? Isn't that when the first Fast and the Furious movie came out?
I don't know.
I think it is. Yeah, I'll fact check that real time, but I'm pretty sure it's right around that time. We were in high school, so that makes sense.
Jeez. Another reason why the year 2000 was just pure gold, right? Yeah. So we won't go too much into the song, but
we can jump into another.
I breezed through it, and it was just I felt like I was in an H&M store or something. It just kind of
totally.
That's a great way to put
an Abercrombie or something.
Like,
totally. I'm browsing Abercrombie and Fitch, and Vin Diesel's EDM song is playing in the background.
There are parts where you can like tell it's him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, people probably hate on this for more than it deserves.
2001. I was so close.
Oh man, yeah. can't hate. It's COVID. You got to make money somehow, right?
Yeah, totally. I
Mo-
mean, and maybe he's always wanted to be a music star and not a movie
Yeah.
star.
Like Hasselhoff.
Well, that actually reminds me. Another guy that is kind of venturing into other things is MGK.
Good segue. Good segue.
Machine
Paul. I
Gun
like
Kelly.
that.
Oh, yeah.
So
Boom.
Machine Gun Kelly dropped. What was it? Tickets for My Downfall.
Tickets to my downfall.
Tickets to My Downfall. So this is his. I'll use it in quotes here. Pop punk album, and we're not talking like Screeching Weasel, OG pop punk. We're talking. I call it Hot Topic pop punk or mall pop punk.
Yeah.
It's really that's what it is, and it's not meant to be a diss, and you'll understand that when I give my take. But do you guys check this one out?
Yep, I did. Did you, Nate?
Yeah. Yep,
Yeah.
I did.
Do you want to go first? You want me to go?
I'll go. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know a whole lot about him. I've actually seen him talking about like the dual career. I've seen him act a few times, right? He did a few movies, and I listened to some of his rap. Obviously, the one where he was dissing Eminem, stuff like that. I listened to it. I didn't get a whole lot into it, to be honest. Initially, like the first song that came on, I was just like, oh, okay. Clearly, he's got some Social Distortion influence, some Mike Ness thing going on / Rancid, maybe with Tim Armstrong. So I initially saw that.
Can I stop you?
Mhm.
That's Travis Barker, isn't it? He produced it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. The Travis Barker on the drums for sure, and obviously him and Tim Armstrong from Rancid had Transplants as a side project. So yeah, that might have been kind of the that aspect of it. But I thought it was okay. I don't know how I felt about it. It was a quick listen. I wasn't really given a whole lot of time of day. So I don't know. What about you?
So I don't like the persona of Machine Gun Kelly. I just don't. Something about it rubs me wrong. I think it feels industry plant in a 2020 kind of way to me. I know that maybe sounds like bullshit to somebody younger than me, but for me, I feel like he is trying to do all these things to be relevant. Like he's just okay. Well, I'm going to put this out there to see if somebody like me will listen to it, or somebody who likes this type of music will listen to it. Where I've never given him the time of day in the past, and he got me. I mean, there's songs on this album I like. Part of that might be because Travis Barker is producing / I think he played drums on a couple of them, didn't he? Sounded like he did on that first song, title track.
Yeah, there's a few. I don't know for sure, like if he has his footprints on the full album for drums, but this songs where you're like, all right, that's Barker fill.
Yeah,
that's a
absolutely.
Barker fill.
Yeah.
I'm like, nobody else can do that. That sounds like Travis Barker. It definitely ain't Machine Gun Kelly. So I'm cool with that stuff because it sounded good. But am I liking this because I like the genre, or am I liking this because I think there's something there? That's the question that I keep fighting with myself over it. I like the song with Halsey. I think that song's actually pretty good. There were like 3 or 4 songs I could say, yeah, I'll listen to that again, but I'm not. Again, I think this is like sound from a guy who's trying too hard and wants to be a social media star.
So I actually checked it out today, and I do like. I remember listening to MGK maybe 10 years ago. He had that kind of YouTube viral hit, which was Chip Off the Block, and he rapped really fast, and he was like 19, and he was like the next biggest thing. And to be honest with you, he kind of fell off my radar. He's been on my radar because you can't escape him because he dates all these, bombshell women, and it's all over social media, whatever. But I'm all in on this record. I don't know if that surprises you guys.
Really? A little bit,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Hot take.
Is it? Yeah, it probably is. So like I'm with you, Tone. Like it's total mall pop punk, like Hot Topic pop punk, and it's trying to hit a mark. And I actually think it does. I think it hits it perfect. Like for what it's going for, I think the execution's perfect. There's a song called is it Concert for Aliens, which sounds like Blink-182. And I think I'm with you, Tone. My favorite track is that Forget Me Too with Halsey.
Yeah.
Banger times 10. And
it's a great song.
She kills it.
Nice.
Like she's got a little edge
She's
to
awesome.
her on that.
I like Halsey anyway. I mean, call me. I don't know. It's such a weird thing for somebody my age to like her music, but I do. I think she's good.
Yeah, in that she sounds like that song actually kind of sounds like Paramore a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
With her, and like I'd love to hear Halsey do an album like this. Like if you swapped out MGK for Halsey on this album, it would be.
I might be more into it.
It'd be awesome. But yeah, I think for what it is, I think it was pulled off pretty damn good.
It's
Wow.
produced very well. It
Yeah.
sounds great. I would agree with that. I think my issue with it is that the look at me nature of his social media presence is probably my issue, I guess, and not the music per se. So
Now I gotta give it another chance because I really kind of breezed through it to be, completely transparent. But I like seeing two sides of the coin here because I actually agree with what you're saying, Tone, because that's all I know. I mean, that's like my perception is this social media person. So it's hard to really dig into music at depth when that's what you see. So it's like kind of tarnishes the image a little bit, or the music, I guess you'd say. But if it's good, man, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Right?
totally,
So,
yep. We're open minded. We'll try anything here. That's kind of the reason we're doing this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's funny when we were reviewing or kind of going through these different albums, I couldn't help but think like, man, like listening to these albums and writing notes down like a nerd. It's like, it's almost like wine tasting or like whiskey tasting. You're looking for different things. You're like, oh, this kind of fits this or that. I'm like, feels like I'm trying to really extrapolate all the different parts of this music. And I didn't quite get there with MGK. So I'll definitely check it out now that you gave it a thumbs up, Twan.
Well, so. And you said it's easy to breeze through. You breeze through it. It's easy to breeze through. It's 36 minutes long, so you can totally do that again in 3 times over the weekend and not even realize you listened to it that many times. So it's easy to do.
So Nate, using that analogy, how I would approach this album, it's a really, really good cheap wine. It's like a kick-ass bottle of like $12.99 cab or something.
$2 chucks, baby.
Yeah, it's for what it is. It's like, damn, okay. I probably wasn't expecting this, but for that price and for who it is in this case, yeah, I'm into it.
Yep, and I would agree with that. That's a great analogy.
It is, yeah. And speaking of like the social media thing, it's like, is it the ad on Instagram every time you scroll, so you see it all the time?
It will be now.
You're like, fuck it, I'll buy it. I guess I'll buy it.
Facebook and everybody's listening right now, so it will be. Hey guys, throw us a little promotion. I mean, fuck.